to par for the list.
That does not.
Let's get started on this big Royal Rumble weekend with the Top Rope Rowdy storybook. As it's storybook time, ladies and gentlemen, sit down, enjoy as we open up our Top Rope Rowdy book. As we're booking NWO style takeover NXT. Last time was Survivor Series. This week, the WrestleMania tournament.
By WrestleMania, Commissioner Cesaro notices that there's now a growing crew of babyfaces circling around his crew of evildoers. NXT Champion Samoa Joe, NXT Tag Champs Sandow and Axel, and Baron Corbin are starting to eke out victories and showing significant wear and tear. It's at this point where Triple H sees Cesaro's angst and offers a solution. Triple H says that he's seen enough of this and he's calling an end to it all at WrestleMania.
That's what usually happens.
5-on-5 again. But this time, one pinfall and winner takes all. Team NXT versus Team Cesaro. Cesaro agrees, but there's a lot of discord among the NXT crew as to which 5 wrestlers will get involved in the match. Crooked Commissioner Cesaro
Triple C
offers a solution. He names Balor, Amore, and Cassidy on the team, but leaves open 2 slots. One of which says he will be decided via a WrestleMania tournament for the slot. Sami Zayn is named as the first name for that tournament. The tournament final pits Sami Zayn taking on Tyler Breeze. Zayn wins in a narrow victory. This sets up Cesaro, Joe, Axel, Sandow, and Baron Corbin taking on Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Amore, and Cassidy, and one more mystery name which Cesaro invites to be any main roster talent. The stipulation is also added that if the babyfaces win, each babyface is fighting for something that they earn with the victory. Finn Balor wins, he earns the NXT Championship. Amore and Cassidy win, they're the Tag Team Champions. Sami Zayn is fighting for Regal's job, and the Mystery Man is fighting to have Baron Corbin be forced to kiss Regal's booty on the NXT episode after WrestleMania. It's a weird stipulation for Baron.
That is a poor Baron.
But so next week is the final chapter of 5-on-5. Winner take all.
How will this story of an NWO style takeover NXT end? How will it end?
It's going to be interesting. So you've got to come back on episode 90 where we finish out this story, because this is getting quite interesting.
It is getting quite interesting. Well, up next is 50 matches every WWE fan must see. 20 through 11. Number 20 was Randy Orton versus Mick Foley Intercontinental Championship Hardcore Match Backlash 2004.
Very good match. Number 19, Undertaker taking on Shawn Michaels. Number 1 contender, Hell in a Cell match, Bad Blood in Your House. Who debuted?
Kane.
Exactly.
Kane! Yes, we got
it's your brother!
Number 18 was the Hart Foundation versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Ken Shamrock, Goldust, and Legion of Doom in Your House, Canadian Stampede. That was when the Hearts were the fan favorites, and all the others were heels.
There you go. Number 17, Daniel Bryan taking on Dolph Ziggler in Bragging Rights 2010.
Up next, number 16 was Shawn Michaels versus Mankind for the WWE Championship match In Your House, Mind Games.
Number 15 was the Dudley Boys taking on the Hardys and Edge and Christian in the World Tag Team Championship TLC match at WrestleMania 17.
Up next, number 14 was Tully Blanchard versus Magnum TA United States Championship I Quit Steel Cage match, Starrcade 1985.
Good one right there. Number 13, Kurt Angle taking on Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 19. And that's when Brock gave himself a concussion.
Yeah,
and Kurt was wrestling with a broken neck. A broken freaking neck!
Number 12 was Cactus Jack versus Big Van Vader, Texas Deathmatch, Halloween Havoc 1993.
Number 11 was Team WWE taking on Team Alliance in a winner-take-all elimination match at Survivor Series 2001.
And that is it for this part. We're up next, and next week, I should say.
Next week we will finish it out.
We'll finish out the top 50 matches every WWE fan must see.
Next week on number 90, we finish out Top Rope Reality, Story Time, and the 50 matches every WWE fan must see 10-1.
Yes. Well, up next is the Hall of Fame portion of our show here, where we think who should be in, definitely who should be in, who might get in, and who will not get an invitation to the WWE Hall of Fame. And up first is who should be in. Is definitely no question about it, and I believe they will go in this year at WrestleMania 38. 32.
Is that where we're at? You lose count after so many.
32. 32, I think.
Something like
31, 32.
that. Anyway, we're
30.
way up there. We're
Yeah.
losing our mind. But anyway,
Texas.
WrestleMania, Texas. I like it.
But should be in the fabulous Freebirds.
Of course.
Yes. And I'm surprised they haven't been. Surprised they haven't been announced already. So.
Exactly. The might be would be Lance Storm. Can I be serious for a moment?
Can you be serious?
For a moment.
Yeah, just for a moment, not very long.
Just for a moment.
This show would never be serious. Just
That's
for the
true.
show.
Just for a moment, though.
But if Lance Storm goes in, I can see Chris Jericho
Inducting him. Absolutely.
But not at all is Scott Norton. I'm sorry.
Flash! Scott Flash Norton!
He doesn't even fall in the category of Coco Beware, and we are not.
If we're looking at a New Japan Hall of Fame, he would definitely go into a Japan Hall of Fame. He did a lot of good stuff in Japan, but his career just never. I mean, he did AWA, he did WCW, but he never really got out of mid card, and he wasn't really when he's NWO, he just came in to get beat up by Sting and other top names. It wasn't really didn't really have much going for him.
You really can't say anything about NWO. I mean, who wasn't in the NWO?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Virgil was in the NWO.
Exactly. There's another not at all. Oh my gosh.
What up next is 10 shocking superstars fired that no one saw coming. They're like, hey, here's your pink slip. He got a pink slip. I didn't see it coming.
Right.
And number 5 is Mr. Kennedy.
You're going to interrupt me, so you might as well say it.
I'm not.
You're going to do it.
I'm not.
You're going to do the second one.
My throat hurts from last night. I can't hardly. That Mr. Kennedy hurt a little bit there. So.
It's merging.
Kennedy!
I told you. I knew it. I was going to give you one word and let you be over with it. Emerging as one of the WWE's most charismatic talents in the mid-2000s, it might be an exaggeration to say that Mr.
Kennedy
was destined to be a main eventer, but it certainly looked like he was going places.
He was. He's supposed to be Vince's son.
Right. He feuded with Undertaker, all this kind of stuff.
He won a Money in the Bank.
That too. After all, he did at one time hold the Money in the Bank briefcase and was regarded as a future WWE champion by many within the company. One of the biggest issues with the injury-prone superstar was that he had a bad habit of hurting those he stepped into the ring with, and the straw that broke the camel's back came when he botched a back suplex on Randy Orton, which left the Viper visibly angry. Released shortly after by the WWE, it didn't take long for Kennedy to end up in TNA, the go-to place for disgruntled or fired WWE superstars at that time. And he's spoken out about his frustration over the way he was let go a number of times since, going so far as to gloat when Orton was injured a year or two later. Kennedy has claimed that Orton got Cena to speak to Vince McMahon in order to give him the shove. And regardless of whether or not that's true, there's far too much bad feeling here to imagine any sort of reconciliation between him and the WWE. In all honesty, there's no one asking for that to happen, but his fans were definitely left feeling hard done by when he was fired for a dodgy backdrop. I mean, it was a stupid way to go out. It really was. People make mistakes. But
they do.
But when Randy Orton gets pissed off, everyone starts to listen.
He craps in your bag and
he
get fired.
Does. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it's been 10 years or more. It's been a while since he's been gone. So.
I think his ship has sailed. He's doing his thing in TNA, and TNA, if they feel there's money in that, then hey, that's good for Kennedy.
That's true. Well, that is it on this big Royal Rumble weekend. I appreciate everybody for watching Top Rope Ready. Next week, episode 90, we're going to come back with some more ringside news. No telling what's going to happen. We're going to have the Royal Rumble results. What happens tonight? Will Roman Reigns go the distance?
That's true. Plus, we start with WrestleMania on the pay-per-view review on Part 2. And also on Part 3, we're going to talk about CM Punk.
No.
No. And Top Rope Reality Story Time, we finish off in Part 4, and we finish up the 50 matches every WWE fan must see from 10 to 1. And we go to number 4 on the 10 shocking WWE superstar firings no one saw coming.
And we will introduce a new segment here in Part 4 where it's called Buy, Sell, or Hold. It's a little stock thing. You take a wrestler, you say, I would buy him, or I would sell him, or I would hold him.
I like it.
And we'll talk about them. So.
I like it. And plus a whole lot more because you never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen. I mean, could AJ Styles debut tonight? Or will it be tomorrow night in Miami on Monday Night Raw?
Could we get a vignette package?
I believe we have to get
I think we should get a video package.
We have to get something.
We need it.
Hell, we might get one that says tonight in the Royal Rumble.
You never know.
You never know with Vince and
But
WWE.
we're about to go find out.
We're about to enjoy some great pizza. We're going to go watch the Royal Rumble, and we will talk to you next week right here on the YouTube for Top Row Reality. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm Justin Kyle.
We'll see you.